What's up, everyone? My name is Alexander Frank. I'm the head coach and owner here at Second Spark Fitness and Nutrition Coaching. Y'all, when we talk about movement, recovery, or nutrition, it all starts smaller than we can see. This little tiny microscopic thing called the cell. There are billions of these little suckers just cruising around our body. They're forming tissues, building organs, and they all connect into systems that keep us alive and performing. One of the best examples of that would be digestion. Every single meal that you eat is broken down into fuel that your cells can use to power each and every breath, every single push up, every single heartbeat. Today, we're going to zoom out of that and all the way into the organ systems and see how digestion ties all of that together. So, let's get on here, shall we? Folks, the human cell is a basic building block of life within our bodies. They absorb nutrients, they generate and move waste, they provide structure, and depending where they exist in the body, their function and their makeup varies. Technically, there are over 200 different cell types. Yes, I am correct. And 70 to 100 of those cells are formed when the sperm meets the egg. When y'all are trying to get your swerve on, that happens. Yeah, that is called a blastocyst, and that bundle of cells has no idea what their respective jobs are until they are assigned one as they divide and grow. Folks, each and every single human tissue has a specific function, and those cells perform those functions. Isn't that freaking cool? These tiny microscopic things run and control this thing that you're in, our bodies. Isn't that freaking awesome? I think that's cool. I think God is amazing. These microscopic things make up every single living thing that you see around you. I think it's awesome. Anyways, moving on. Now, there are four main types of tissue here, folks. We have the epithelial, the connective, the muscle, and the nervous tissue. So let's dive into these, shall we? Folks, number one here, we have the epithelial tissue. Ooh, your epidermis is showing. Ooh, y'all guys remember that? Like middle school, elementary school, when someone would say that your epidermis is showing, you were double checking your zipper down there and see if your little hog was popping himself out. That is your epithelial tissue, folks. It's also known as like the skin layer, and also everything that lines the internal organs within your body, things like the lungs, the liver, intestinal tract, things like that. Those cells are constantly being replaced. It's actually really, really cool. The epithelial tissue in and of itself is highly regenerative. The epidermis renews every 2 weeks. The epithelial lining of the stomach is every 2 to 3 days. The respiratory tract lining is every 5 to 6 weeks. There are plenty of other organs within the body, like the liver, for instance, that can easily regenerate after portions are removed surgically, not from drinking heavily. Okay? This rapid turnover, folks, that rapid turnover rate is due to the presence of the different stem cells within our body, and they usually align the lower epithelium, which is constantly being divided to replace the cells above them. It's so freaking cool. Next, we have the connective tissue. Folks, what in the damn hell is the connective tissue? Well, it's really anything in the body that serves to connect, bind, or join, support other tissue within the body. And as you can see here, that falls into three different categories: the loose, the dense, and the specialized tissue. Now, just to break it down really easy for y'all, the loose is made up of collagen and elastin, which holds our organs in place within the body so they don't come falling out of us. The dense, that's also made of collagen and elastin, but that also makes up the tendons and the ligaments, which binds muscles to bone and bone to bone. And then lastly, the specialized here, and it's aptly named for this because it's more or less everything else. It's fat tissue, cartilage, bone, blood, lymph nodes. It's pretty bizarre, but it keeps everything binded within our bodies. Next, we have the muscle tissue, folks, and that is also dropped into three different categories: the skeletal, the cardiac, and the smooth muscle. Folks, the skeletal muscle is the main one. That is what you can visibly see on humans, which makes up like the definition. So when you see big old biceps, a big old chest, a big, sweet, juicy, thick boy of a Georgia peach, your glutes. That is all your skeletal muscle. Now, the smooth muscle is all of the involuntary contractions in your body, like digestion, vascularity, going to the bathroom when you got to take a Wiz Khalifa. And lastly, your cardiac muscle. That really is just in the name here, folks. That is the only tissue that's found in your heart. Short and sweet. Lastly here, folks, we have the nervous tissue. And this encompasses all of the cells of our nervous system that controls our body movement and our functions. All of the nerve cells, or the neurons as they're also referred to as, they propagate those signals from the brain throughout the rest of our body. The nervous tissue here can also be broken into two separate categories. We have the central nervous system, or the CNS, and then also we have the peripheral nervous system, also referred to as the PNS. Not the penis, the PNS. The CNS, or the central nervous system, consists of the brain and the spinal cord. And then the peripheral nervous system, that's pretty much everything else, from your neck all the way down to your little fingertips and your downstairs digits, your toes. That's pretty much it, folks. Nervous system is actually pretty rad. Now, folks, we have the organ systems here, and we got 11 of these suckers, and they all work together in one beautiful, cohesive fashion to keep us alive. So let's get into it here, shall we? Number one in the pipeline here, we have the integumentary system. Yes, that is a mouthful. If you can say it faster than I can, respect. Folks, this covers our entire human body, like the skin, the hair, the nails. It protects our organs, prevents water loss, and also regulates our body temperature. Number two is our muscular system. And that is all of the muscle fibers, big and small, within our body, responsible for movement, joint stability, heat production. And those are categorized into those three main muscle tissue types, which we just spoke about: the skeletal, the cardiac, and the smooth muscle. Number three here, folks, speaking of skeletons, we've got our skeletal system. Now, this is all the bones, shocking, I know, but it's also the cartilage, the ligaments, and the tendons. The skeletal system's purpose is to more or less protect our soft organs within our body. The nervous system, like our brain and our spinal cord. The skeleton here can be divided into two separate categories here, folks. We have the axial and the appendicular skeletal system. The axial is made up of 80 different bones, and that's made up of the vertical part of our body. And by that, I mean the sternum, the cranium, and also the vertebral column in our body. And then the appendicular skeleton is going to be everything else. That is the other 126 bones within our body, and that's like your femur, your arms, your toes, things like that, you name it. That's everything else. Folks, number four, our nervous system. That allows the body to communicate with, control, regulate other systems in the body. Number five, we have the circulatory system. Y'all, the circulatory system is kind of an important one, just like everything else, of course. It circulates blood within our body, within the vascular system, around the heart, the arteries, the capillaries, and the blood. It transports oxygen from the lungs to the body tissues. It regulates different systems within the body. It gets rid of metabolic waste with CO2. Transports nutrients all over the place. It's a pretty important one, which is why you want to work out to keep our circulatory system alive and well. Folks, number six here, we have our lymphatic system. Any guesses? Cool. So this works in conjunction with the circulatory and the immune system to prevent disease and maintain fluid balance. If you got that right, respect. Folks, number seven, the respiratory system. Breathing oxygen, internal respiration. That one's kind of a no-brainer. Now, our endocrine system, number eight. This works closely with the nervous system to produce, release, and regulate hormones, which we all got My female friends, you have a difficult time with this. I don't know why, but Godspeed to you. Now, number 9, folks, is the urinary system. Yes, it's when you take your Wiz Khalifa, produce, stores, and eliminates fluid, waste, or urine. And the reproductive system, y'all, number 10. It's obviously the one responsible for human reproduction. Getting your swerve on, making babies, all that jam. And lastly, my friends, we have the digestive system. This system breaks down food into smaller molecules for use on the cellular level, like we spoke about earlier. It's got 6 functions here, folks. Ingest, mechanical digestion, chemical digestion, movement, absorption, and elimination. 6 different functions of our digestion system to spread those molecules that fuel around in our body. Beautiful. All right, my friends. That's it, folks. That's all she wrote. That's pretty much it here. We started at the smallest level, the cell, and followed the chain all the way through the tissues, the organs, and different body systems. Together, they create the human body, this beautiful network designed to survive, adapt, perform. It's awesome. And when you understand how each level connects, you don't just see biology, but you see this awesome blueprint for health and performance. Whether it's lifting, running, or just showing up with more energy each day, it all comes down to how well you fuel and care for your body, all the way down to your cells. Folks, that microscopic little source of energy within our bodies. Support them and the whole system, your tissues, your organs, and performance is going to level up. Big results always start small. That's all she wrote, y'all. Folks, if you found this information useful, please do me a big old favor. Like the video, hit the subscribe button, and give the socials down below a follow. Heck, maybe even shoot me a DM if you would like some one-on-one coaching. I'm always here for that as well. You can find all that in the link below. Y'all, I will see you next time.